As we've spoken before, 2 clicks of coffee, tap it as hard as possible. One thing to remember about the espresso is always to keep it short. Aim for about 30 mils. And a standard Italian espresso cup is 70 mils, so 30 mils is less than half. The extraction must be slow, thick and creamy. The ideal pour should have the consistency of liquid honey rolling off a spoon. Around 20 seconds is ideal. Again, we can see from the finished product there's no really dark brown, there's no whitish elements. The creamer has not got big bubbles in it, it's nice and smooth. So we can tell that that's a perfect espresso. It's going to taste fantastic in whatever drink you add it to. Flat white, my invention. New Zealand's favourite coffee. With the flat white, you don't want it to be foamy, you want it to be creamy. So you hold the foam back and pour the milk from the bottom of the jug. So the milk at the bottom of the jug is nice and creamy, the milk at the top is foamy. Kerry's using a knife, you can also use a spoon. I personally like the spoon, he likes the knife. It becomes personal preference. And so you can see there the milk is nice, flat, velvety, creamy, delicious. Cappuccino. Named after the Capuchin monks who wore white caps over their robes, if you like, so the cap of white. The secret with the flat white in the latte is to pour the milk immediately you finish foaming it. If you leave it for even 5 or 10 seconds, it will start to separate. With the cappuccino, it's the opposite. You allow it to separate, then you mix it back together and then pour it into the cup. Kerry likes to leave it down a bit, put some chocolate into it, and then finish it off with the foam. Lots of chocolate is a nice addition to the cappuccino. Cafe latte can come in a large cup, a glass, or a big huge bowl. The big huge bowl is really the French café au lait, or coffee with milk. If you're ever in Italy, don't ask for a latte, which we do in New Zealand. Don't ask for a latte, you'll get a glass of milk. So café latte, coffee and milk. We recommend a single strength or a single shot. It's a milky coffee. You're not trying to make a stronger, larger coffee, you're trying to make a milky coffee. However, from a customer's point of view, if they want a double strength, of course that's fine. So the important thing is, even in the big latte bowl, still only 30 mils of espresso, so still a small espresso shot. Don't make it any larger. It won't make it stronger, it will make it weaker and more bitter. Perfect. Again, flat. He's stretched the milk. He's held back all the foam. He's poured it immediately, finishes stretching it, and poured the creamy milk from underneath. perfect result. Two-thirds of the cup with water out of your machine, and then your 30ml espresso on the top. Strong long black, double strength, more powder, but still 30 mils of espresso. The customers like to see a nice thick crema if possible on this. Traditionally it's not so important, it doesn't really affect the taste. But the New Zealand customer especially really likes to see that oil slick on the top, or that creaminess of the coffee or oiliness of the coffee. Kerry's done a perfect job there. It looks like a small espresso. What you can do with the long black or cafe americano is make it 2/3 in the cup. Give your customers a small jug with water and they can water it down if they like. So it makes it more espresso-like or more thick. The milk is exactly as for cappuccino, but with chocolate powder added. Usually a good tablespoon and a half. You want it stronger rather than weaker. Exactly the same as for hot chocolate. Same technique, stretch it as far as possible, let it sit, let the bigger bubbles break up, and then pour it into the cup. What Kerry does here is hold it back as if for a flat white, does 2/3 to 3/4 of the cup, so he knows there's a creaminess to it, if you like, and then finishes it off with the foam. You can actually pour it directly from the jug into the cup, but you have to be quite careful because sometimes you end up with a big cup of foam, or other times you end up with a cup of milk. So the way Kerry's doing it is the most safest way to do it.